Hi, and welcome to another episode of Lauren Rumpler Productions. This is my guest, Macey Tomlin, who you may also know as Adam Kokesh's girlfriend.
Hello.
And I am, of course, Lauren Rumpler, also known as Objectivist Girl. Today on Lauren Rumpler Productions, we want to talk about the gay marriage legalization issue. So Macey and I are both supporters of the gay rights movement and really any human rights movement in general. And we wanted to cover some of the issues that we actually see in this law. So first is permission to ask permission is not permission to get married. The only people that should decide who marries who is you and your partner. That's your personal decision, and government really has no place in this. So that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Another issue is that government can deny your marriage license for other reasons. If they want to deny your right to love someone else, they can find a number of reasons to do so. So this right is a false freedom for the government to dominate over every aspect of our life. And to stay involved in an institution they should have no part in, marriage.
Now, why, do you ask? Should the government not be involved in the institution of marriage? Because marriage is traditionally a religious or personal ceremony. Because with the assumed separation of government and religion, we have encouraged people to respect worship and non-worship of others. This is an important thing for us to protect, to sustain the freedom of religion that we hold so dear. We're not saying that gay people shouldn't get married. We're just saying that government shouldn't be a part of it.
In a recent poll, most Americans support gay rights, especially among young voters. So making gay marriage legal was a way for the government to look like the good guys who were fighting for liberty and freedom among all. It's easier for them to make harsher laws and exploit more policies in the name of liberty and justice for all. We gave you equality. Can't you see that we're out for your best interest? Truth is, we shouldn't be allowing any type of government to make decisions upon our behalf. Government should not be involved in who we choose to love, what we put in our bodies, etc., etc. It is obvious that if we have to ask permission to love, we are not as free as we think.
And if this is not enough, the laws aren't even consistent. Consider the 10th Amendment, that requires any powers not explicitly granted to the federal government to be reserved to the states and the people. The government has no right to mandate this strong oversight of law on every single state. And if your state won't allow you to marry the person that you love, push for a separation between marriage and state, but don't take giving up the 10th Amendment so lightly. If we violate a core amendment to the Constitution, then it becomes nothing but lip service. Never mind that it always was. Well, it is currently popular opinion that past this right, is it okay that the government has just passed this to maintain their credibility as a compassionate overlord? Should gay rights be reduced to a PR move?
While the 14th Amendment does grant the government to intervene in domestic cases, it still violates our core freedom. And it gives up a greater core value that we uphold. The 14th Amendment was created to protect our essential liberties, such as owning your own life. It was not created to dictate decisions that should be left to the churches and individuals. The government has a tendency to run rampant with law violations when they get an inch. So what are they going to take away next? With the passage of every law, the government is granted authority to repeal other rights, whatever rights that they see fit.
And remember, just because gays have the right to marry doesn't make us equal. There are many other groups desiring to get their right to love recognized, like polyamorous individuals hoping to be able to get married someday. Where is justice for them? The only way to have equality is to give the power of marriage back to the people and let them decide for themselves. Don't recognize the government's right to tell you who to love. It's too beautiful and sacred an institution to let scummy government officials be involved.
With the passage of every everything the government touches turns to crap.